5 years old. It's a critical age for any child. It's the year they typically begin kindergarten. They are balls of energy, curious about the world around them, and elaborate storytellers. Unlike most parents who are excited to watch their children hit this milestone age, Felister Nthuli is pensive. You see, her 4-year-old daughter, Ashliz Mueni, was born unable to hear the world around her. Ashliz was diagnosed with severe hearing loss last October and must undergo surgery before she turns 5. If she does not go through this surgery, she goes completely deaf. Today on World Hearing Day, we tell you the story of Felister and Ashliz and their fight against time. School is in session and Felister is getting a few reports done before the day catches up with her. She's the front desk operator here at the Nairobi Leadership Academy in South Sea. Felister is only a month old at her new job. It was an answer to prayer for the 27-year-old single mom. Her 4-year-old daughter, Ashliz Mueni, who was diagnosed with severe hearing loss, is the reason she needs this job.
The cost of this treatment is really high. It's 2.75 million shillings.
Every day she clocks into work, she's earning what she can to chip away at that over 2 million shilling mountain of a medical bill that will cover her daughter's cochlear implant surgery.
Getting 2.75 alone wouldn't be possible. I don't have the income. My family, we're not that well off. There's nothing to sell. My dad sold everything at Somesha, so there's nothing more to sell. So we did a pay bill, we did a harambe on the 9th of February this year, and we got quite some amount of money. I'm also insured by NHIF, but NHIF gives us, they gave us 300,000 shillings. So out of the 2.75 M, they've barely covered anything, and I really need it.
Felister is a trained English and literature teacher, born and bred in Kitui, but eventually found herself in Nairobi due to her daughter's therapy sessions. To manage costs, Felister lives in Kitengela with her brother, while her daughter Ashliz lives in Kitui with her mother. I think at this point it would be nice for us to actually meet Ashliz, make our way there,
yes,
and get a better sense of what it is that she is actually dealing with, in terms of also the burden on you. We've heard about the money side, but being a parent of a special needs child comes with its own challenges.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, let's head over to meet Ashliz, and after that, of course, head to the doctor so we can get to know more about her condition.
Okay, let's go get her.
Karibu.
Sasa mama, mambo, mama, chumia mama, engine.
Ashliz's only form of communication now is basic sounds and crying. In her earlier years, Felister says there were no signs pointing to a problem until Ashliz missed her speech milestones.
1 year, no speech, but then, the normal kind of delay, I guess. 2 years, no speech. So we thought maybe it's because hakuna watoto around her. So we decided to enroll her to a school. Kampeleka shule anaandika, she's active. The teachers are like, hey, your daughter is really fine, she's okay, she's good, she's writing everything as she's supposed to do, but still no speech.
That prompted Felister to take Ashliz for examination at Kijabe Hospital. A CT scan, MRI, and audio test later, Felister would eventually find out her daughter had severe to profound hearing loss here at the Nairobi Audiology Center.
I cried for like a week. I couldn't believe it. I see baby and I can't believe, because I'm sure she hears me, because when I sent her analeta kitu yenye nimemtuma, the exact thing, no mistake about it. So it was difficult to actually come to terms with all that.
Since the diagnosis, Felister has been getting support from consultant audiologist Dr. Sarah Ndegwa to better understand Ashliz's condition. Dr. Ndegwa is part of the team that will carry out the cochlear implant procedure and treatment post-surgery.
An incision is made there surgically in theatre, so then they put in the implant. The implant, what it does, it takes over the work of the inner ear. Remember we said in her case, she has got, her problem is really in the inner ear, what we call nerve deafness. So the implant will be put in there and it will take over that work. And then after 1 month, you will come back now to me, where we'll put in the external processor. This is how it looks like. We have it in different colors. So the external processor will be placed there over her ear, and then it's going to be attached right there to the ear through a magnet.
Now this is its real size?
Yes, this is the real size. Yeah.
After the implant, Ashliz would have to go for speech and language training sessions twice a week for a year. Time, however, is not on their side, with surgery set for April.
Once she gets to 5, the auditory nerve will start to die away because it's not been in use. So basically it means even if we put the cochlear implant, yes, there's a chance that she might actually regain the hearing and know how to speak, but it's a 50-50 chance.
Ashliz is 5 months away from her 5th birthday. A deadline Felister hopes can be pushed further away. Dr. Ndegwa says for interventions to be most effective, a parent should come for a hearing assessment when they suspect there's a problem, adding that hearing loss can come at any stage of the child's development.
Some of them can be before the child is born, and those others can be after the child is born. Before the child is born, it could be just maybe maternal illnesses or just hereditary problems. And then during the time of delivery, it can be because the child took too long before they come out, so the breathing was what we call asphyxia. And then soon after that, some children get infections when they are still newborns. And the drugs, sometimes which are given to children, some kids are born prematurely. Some children are born with low birth weight, that is around 1,500 grams and below. So all those are like risk factors for the child getting hearing loss. And then later on, a child can get an infection, and that's why immunization is very important.
Felister wishes she knew earlier, but yearns for the day her daughter can do something as simple as playing outside without having to worry about her safety.
Baby can't hear a motorbike, she can't hear cars, she can't hear, basically, even the loudest of noises, she can't hear. Unless it's a plane in the airport right next to her. When we are covering our ears, she'll be looking for where the sound is coming from. So I was always afraid. And then she'd sit on the ledge, kneel down and peep and look at them, and she's calling out to them with her sounds. And she doesn't understand why I have to nyima her kwenda huko chini. Hajui kwa nini namnyima kwenda chini. Choski, naogopa anaweza gongwa na bike. Watoto wakicheza wanasahau. Nilikuwa naogopa sana. So that the older kids, I had to explain to them why I'm tough and they can't take Mueni with them down there. So I explained to them and they promised me, they had to promise me that they would always hold her hand and play together and keep an eye on her. So it became easy for me to survive and for baby to have friends.
For now, Felister counts the days, hoping Ashliz will get the necessary treatment so she can finally utter the word Mom.